What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? YGOTV here, and I, as promised, am releasing the 12 o'clock video I had promised to you earlier in my previous video. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Comics in Ottawa for the Ultra Pro card sleeves. It's a pretty good place, and they really good card sleeves. So we'll start this off by the monsters. And that is Despair from the Darkness. And when he's sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard, you can special summon him back. Got Dark Dust Spirit. He's a spirit monster, zombie type. And whenever he is summoned onto the field, he destroys every monster on the field, face up, face down, doesn't matter. They're gone, they're donezo. Kaput, send them straight to the card graveyard. And then he gets added back to your hand. He also can't be special summoned. Malevolent Mech Goku N. He's pretty decent. You can summon him straight to the field without a sacrifice first, and then you take damage equal to his attack points, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, you take damage equal to his attack points, but unless there's another zombie type monster in the field, if there's another zombie type monster, you can just normal summon him and not have to worry about it. And then we got Lich Lord, King of the Underworld, and he's got a decent enough effect. When he is attributed, it's got to be a dark monster first of all. But whenever he is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon him back. Patrician of Darkness, pretty straightforward. This card pretty well dominated when I was in middle school. You just choose your opponent's attack targets. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's a video on how he dominated in middle school, which I thought was pretty decent. It was kind of funny. A little bit of nostalgia. Plague Wolf. You can double his original attack points once per turn, and then he's destroyed at the end of the damage step. Soul Absorbing Bone Tower. When a zombie type monster is special summoned to the field, you can mill the top two cards of your opponent's deck, and he can't be targeted for attacks as long as there's another zombie type monster on the field. Skelesaurus, to make a long story short, when he attacks an opponent's monster and destroys it by battle, you can special summon it to your side of the field in defense mode as a zombie type. Zombina, when she's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one monster with 1500 defense or less from your graveyard to the field in face of attack or defense mode. Double Cost on can be used as 2 tributes for a dark type monster. Regenerating Mummy, when he's sent from your hand, I believe, to the graveyard by a card effect, you can just freaking pop him from the graveyard back to your hand. Witch of the Black Forest, when she's destroyed by a result of battle, you can add one monster with 1200 defense or less from your deck to your hand. Poison Mummy, when he's flipped face up after being attacked, you can make your opponent take 500 points of damage. It's a flip effect. Goblin Zombie, pretty shitty, but I put him in there because why the fuck not? You can pretty well use him as a searcher or a miller. It all depends on what happens first. If he attacks, you mill an opponent's monster from the top of their deck, send it straight to the graveyard. Also, a card, not a monster, and that's only when he inflicts battle damage to your opponent. So, I mean, he's pretty well useless, but I put him in there because of his effect. And then I run 2 copies of Vampire Lord. When he attacks and inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, you can then in turn call out one name, be it spell, trap, or monster, and your opponent's got to send a card of that name from their deck to the graveyard. And whenever he's sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, so like Dark Hole or whatever, you can just special summon him back. And then lastly for the monsters, you got Pyramid Turtle. Really cool monster. When he's destroyed by battle, you can special summon one zombie type monster with a defense of 2000 or less. Moving on to the spell cards. I run 3 copies of Book of Life. You can special summon one zombie type monster from your deck. From your graveyard. And then you can remove from play one monster from your opponent's graveyard. So it's pretty decent. Next, I run 2 copies of Call of the Mummy. you can use this to special summon one zombie type monster to your side of the field as long as you don't have any pre-existing monsters. So it's a pretty good way to get your swarm out on the field. The Wasteland Field spell, all rocks, dinosaur, and zombie type monsters gain a boosted 200 attack and defense. Card of Safe Return. When there's a monster special summon from your graveyard, draw a card. It's continuous too, so it's pretty good. Tribute to the Doom, discard one card and target one monster on the field to destroy it. Brain Control, pay 100 life points and you can take control of an opponent's monster to the end phase. Gift of the Martyr, you can target one monster on your side of the field and send one monster from your side of the field to the graveyard, and then the monster on your side of the field that was targeted by this card gains that monster's attack points until the end of the next turn. Monster Reborn, pretty straightforward, staple. Card Destruction, each player discards their entire hand and then draws the exact same number of cards. Gravekeeper's Servant, your opponent wants to attack, they gotta send a card from the top of their deck to the graveyard. Pot of Greed, I don't know why it's in there, I just put it there because I like the artwork. And finally, Change of Heart, take control of an opponent's monster regardless of its position, and you can take control of it to the end phase. Moving on to the trap cards, I got one Dust Tornado. You can target one spell trap card in the field, destroy it, and then set one of your own. Ultimate Offering, players allowed to pay 500 life points. In return, you are able to add an extra normal summon this turn. Raigeki Break, discard one card and target one card in the field and destroy it. Fiendish Chain, target one effect monster, negate its effects, and then you stop it from attacking and changing its battle position. Threatening Roar, your opponent can't declare an attack this battle phase. Curse of Darkness, when your opponent or you activate a spell card, you take 1,000 damage or they take 1,000 damage. It's just there to stop them from, like, you know, monster reborning or whatever. Sakuratsu Armor, yeah, you can use this and destroy one monster your opponent controls if they declare an attack. Shadow Spell, your opponent's monster loses 700 attack and can't change its battle position. And finally, we've got Call of the Haunted. Once per turn, I can target one monster in my graveyard, and then special summon that target. And when it leaves the field, destroy this, and when this leaves the field, destroy that target. And yeah, that has been my zombie deck profile. I apologize for the really crappy lighting and stuff. I am in the basement, and this is where I do the videos. That or my room, but I chose the basement right now because it's quiet and very, very cool, as it's very, very warm outside today. Yeah, so that's been the zombie deck profile. If you guys could leave a like on this video, a comment on how I could make things better, or how much you enjoyed the video, or how much you disliked it even, and then leave reasons why you disliked it and how I can make things better. That would help us out. Also, if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Tomorrow I will be dropping my modified Lair of Darkness deck. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please head on over tomorrow. It'll be around the same time, 12 o'clock. You guys can go and check that out. Until then, you guys have been a great audience. This is YGO TV saying, see you later.